Hello everybody, I'm day weather meteorologist Don Day with your Public Lands Council weekly weather update for March 2nd, 2024. Brought to you by WSR Insurance Services Incorporated and brought to you by Ag Risk Advisors. Well, you know what they say, beware the Ides of March, and March is going to certainly start off very stormy in the western United States and eventually shift into the central U.S. later on into the month. But what we see is that a very stormy pattern this weekend into early next week with rain and snow for the Pacific Northwest. California will see significant rain and big snows in the Sierra Nevada, feet of snow. And very heavy snow will go inland into the interior west. So there's more help coming for the mountain snowpack, especially across the central basins. Some of the northern Rockies, which have a snowpack deficit, will get some help as well. The 30-day period coming up, as we'll show you, is going to be very active in the west with lots of systems wanting to migrate through the west coming off a strong Pacific jet stream wind. Now, over the last week, precipitation hasn't been too big, kind of spotty, kind of not concentrated, as you can see right here. But the mountains have picked up some more snow, a little bit of moisture in the southern plains across southern Arizona, New Mexico, and West Texas there. Even the Panhandle, this doesn't show it, but did get some rain and snow to help out with the fire situation there. This is what the snowfall looks like for the last 2 weeks, and you can see there's a northern bias wanting to be along and north of Interstate 80 and 70. We will see a little bit of a southward shift in the week or two ahead of those snowstorms wanting to go maybe tracking a little bit more to the south, because right now they've been tracking more to the north. Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba are going to be looking at big snow events coming this weekend. For the week, it was very warm to wrap up February across the U.S., although you can see the cold beginning to creep south out of Canada again. This is what it's going to look like here for this weekend. That storm I talked about getting Canada is going to be moving across northeastern Montana, bringing a big snow event up here, while unfortunately it's going to be very windy in this region here. It's also going to be windy across the Great Basin, while we see big snows in the Sierra, heavy rains along the west coast, and heavy snows into the Intermountain West, and a lot of wind. We've had a lot of wind lately, and we're going to have more. These are the forecasted wind gusts through early next week. So no matter where you are in the west, you're not going to escape the wind. It's going to be very windy. Now, by next weekend, we're going to see another low transit the U.S. coming off the west coast, going through the Rockies and then the central high plains by mid to late week. So it's going to be a busy pattern. This means good chances of precipitation, especially west of the divide and near the Continental Divide. But I think getting out into the plains by late next week and next weekend, rain and snow chances will be developing as well. And here you can see that between now and next weekend, where the best precipitation chances are going to be. Here's the heavy snow in Canada that's coming on up. See a lot of red, yellows, and oranges and blues here. That's going to be helping the snowpack right here for sure. Now, out into the plains, late next week and next weekend, we may have a bit more right here than the model is showing, as we should have a low pressure system around Thursday and Friday of next week heading into that area. And this is what the snowfall forecast looks like through March 9th. Wanted to talk about that long range period. We said that this is going to be a busy 30 days. What I'm showing you here is an average of the next 30 days of where the bigger lows and the highs will be. Where you see blue, you're going to more often than not have areas of low pressure or storms coming through. Where you see the yellow colors or the orange colors is where a high pressure pattern is going to want to be on average. So this is averaging 30 days. If we were to draw the jet stream, then it would look like this. And if it looks like that, well, then you're going to have a lot of weather in the west. And I think we will. So stock growers and anybody that has designs over the next 30-day period of doing anything outdoors or traveling across the west, you're going to be encountering some up and down and stormy weather, certainly colder and more stormy than we had in the month of March. Taking a look at the 30-day temperature pattern, it shows that cold. See the cold there, the blue and the greens across the west? We're going to be trending colder. February will be warmer in the northern plains, the Great Lakes in the northeast, but colder overall relative to the 30-year average in the western states. Have yourself a great weekend and a great week ahead. See you next week.